It's been taking me a little while to speak on this subject because it's a trigger for me. But I have a daughter, and I'm already how I am because of what happened to me when I was younger as well. I started talking about it last year, and it was because I had initially seen a story about, I think her name is Ayana Sawyer. And um, when I seen a story about her, it kind of like made me want to break my silence because their circumstances changed as me being an adult. I was 15 years old. There was this guy that I seen when I was walking down the street. I didn't know no better, literally naive as hell. Now, me being 33, turning 34, now I know better, but at 15, when I mean naive, I mean naive. And very bubbly and nice and just too nice. So there was a guy that was driving down the street and I was walking, and he pulled over and he was talking to me, asked me, "Oh, do you want to ride?" Da, 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 da. And I'm like, "No, it's okay. I don't need to ride right now." Da, da, da. He's like, "Oh, you want to take my number?" So again, I never asked age or nothing. I just took his number. So then I took his number. I ended up calling him again. I'm 15 years old. I'm just doing like, oh my God, I had no type of direction because I was living with friends. I did not have the best life growing up. That's why I go hard for my daughter now, and I'm such a great mom because I don't want her to have any of the worry or the heartache or hurt or life that I had. I want her to have better than I had. And I didn't have my mom there. I didn't have my father there. I didn't have my family there at the time. I was living with friends. So at 15, I was on my own, living at that point house to house, even though, like, once I, turned 18, I started working at a hospital and I was good from there. But, like, before then, I struggled a lot. I really didn't know no better even at 15. And when I called him, he ended up uh, meeting me, picking me up. And he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to a party, da da da." So I'm really thinking we're gonna go to a party. So we go. He's going to get food. He's going to get this again. I never asked for his, his age or nothing like that. So on our way there, I'm in his car already. Because he, bring me to the party. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going. I'm just gonna go. And nobody's there to stop me. No mom, no father. Like I said, no family, no aunts, no uncles to be like, "No, don't do this." Da, 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 da. It's just me and my friend that I'm living with and her family. And I said, and they don't care what I do because I don't belong to them. So it's just, I don't know. It was just different. It was different. And I feel like I'm beating myself up for something that I literally shouldn't be beating myself up for. Oh my God. Because I'm so young. 15. But anyway, so we get to a hotel, a kind of lodge, and he's getting his room or whatever, and I'm like, "You getting a room?" Because I thought it was a party. I'm like, "You getting a room?" Like, so he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting a room." Da, 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 and then people gonna come, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, like, okay, I don't think too deep into it. I'm really just like, okay, for the fun, okay." And we end up going into the room, and there is nobody there. So again, I'm thinking people gonna come. Uh, he literally, bro, I can't even say that shit because it's on camera. Like, if I was talking to maybe a family member or person, then I could say it. But I say me, um, and my mind don't ever let that moment go. Like, I could replay everything that happened to me that day over and over again. And I told him no. I told him stop. I told him everything, and he kept on going. And I was in pain, I was embarrassed, I was shattered, and I was scared because if I say something, if I try to run, if I, you know, then I'm like, what's what's gonna happen? He never told me his age, so all I knew was there was a guy, and he lied to me, he lied to me, and he tricked me, and I fell for it because I was 15. And I did not know no better, bro. I didn't have no guidance. And so years went past, and I didn't see. I ended up not seeing him because after that happened, we got back in the car and I was quiet because if I scream, if I say something, if what's gonna happen to me, you know what I'm saying? So, whew, it's hurtful, but fuck it, like it's literally worse situations, and it'll help somebody else, to be touched in a way or to have somebody keep going or keep doing something to you when you don't want them to, bro. It's the most fucking disgusting feeling ever, bro. Like you are enraged to but you can't. You're scared. What are you gonna do? What's gonna happen to you? So let me snap out of these tears. Gotta snap out of these tears. I think it's just triggering. It's so triggering with these stories, but it just once I seen that happening, um, with Ayanna Sawyer, I was like, I need to talk about it. And I didn't even, it's been years, so I thought the dude died or something, fell off the face of the earth or whatever. And coming to find out, he had went to jail because right after he did that to me, a year later, he did it to a 16-year-old, and she told her family because her family was there or whatever. I told my best friend, but my best friend and me, we just kept it to us. Like I never said nothing because it's hard to say something like that. But the girl, the 16-year-old, a year later, I actually told on him. His name. When I typed in his name and looked him up, the story came up. So the 16-year-old girl, he ended up doing the same thing, literally, basically the same thing to her that he did to me just a year later. So he was in jail for like 10 years, 11 years, whatever. Then he got out. And one day, I was with my ex-boyfriend and I was sitting in a car and I looked and I was like, what the? I was like, who? I said, I can't see. Who is that? And they said, oh, that's 40. Da, 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 da. And I said, who? And, they said his name and I was like, yo, that's the guy that I was just telling you about because I was just telling my ex 2 days ago that this had happened to me. And I had started speaking about it because of Ayanna Sawyer. So seeing Naziah, I believe her name was Naziah Harris, her story and like her aunts and her grandmothers that knew about her uncle, doing it with her and having all these crazy text messages with her. I just feel like y'all, like if I could literally, I would literally deck every single last one of them because who do you think you are to do that, to allow that? It's like the girl was so brainwashed and she was so gone and she didn't know the difference. Like me, I was locked in my mind in that moment. I understood in that moment what was happening to me. That's not something that I would ever agree with. She was groomed, it seems like, by her uncle, so it became something that she was used to. And let me tell you something, ain't nothing normal and natural about it. I ended up finding out after typing in my person that essayed me, after typing his name in on Google, that at the time I was 15, he was 25. So I ended up getting raped by a 25-year-old man when I was 15 years old. And it was never something that I could talk about. But because now that I knew he had got locked up for doing it to a girl a year later, and I just found this out a year ago that he got locked up. I thought he was not on the earth no more. I did not know he was even still breathing. So to me, I'm shocked. So I am talking about it a lot more. But this story with Naziah Harris is triggering. It is hurtful. I hope everybody that got something to do with it goes down. Everybody, grandmother, aunt, anybody that has something to do with it. No putting money on his books, no more, no nothing like that. Y'all should be ashamed. A family's supposed to love and support her.